Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Mesha Kiprop, and in this channel we break down business, money, and what is really happening in Kenya's economy. Today's video is about Safaricom, but not bundles, not data, and not the everyday offers that they have or the promotions. The government of Kenya is selling 15% of its shares in Safaricom, and many people are confused about what is actually happening or what this actually means. Some are asking, is Safaricom being sold? Is the government exiting completely? Or there are so many speculations and assumptions out there on this matter, and today we are going to talk about it. We're going to expound on it and just really know the facts, know what is really happening. What does this mean to everyday Kenyans, investors, and the customers of Safaricom? So let's dive in. First thing first, we're going to start with, what does divesting really mean? What does divesting 15% really mean? So first, let's simplify the language. Divesting simply means selling ownership. So the government is selling 15% of its ownership in Safaricom to the Vodacom group. So when the government says it's divesting 15% of its current Safaricom shares, it means the government currently owns shares in Safaricom. It plans to sell 15% of its stake. After the sale, it will remain a shareholder, just with a smaller percentage. It will have a reduced ownership in Safaricom. Actually, they'll become a very small shareholder in that enterprise. This does not mean Safaricom is collapsing or being privatized overnight. So let's start with this. Who is buying the shares? So the 15% shares that the government is selling is being bought by one Vodacom group. So Vodacom group is part of the larger Vodafone group, is the buyer of the 15%. Vodacom has always been a shareholder in Safaricom, so this is a move more like a shareholder increasing its ownership. Vodacom group is down increasing its ownership to become the major shareholder in Safaricom. So it's not a foreign company coming in and buying, so it's not an additional shareholder coming in, but it's actually the current largest shareholder increasing, so they'll just have more of the shares. Hence they'll be able to make decisions and really run the company with most of their board members and the way they want it run. So they'll be making most of the decision in that enterprise. This also means Safaricom remains a Kenyan listed company. It continues trading in the NSC, which is the Nairobi Securities exchange, and Kenyan investors still own a large portion of the company. So it's not like yes, there's a foreign shareholder will hold larger part of the portion, but there are still a lot of many Kenyan investors who still and will still own shares in Safaricom. So why will the government sell such a valuable asset? These are a few key reasons why the government is making this bold move. The government needs money to fund development projects, reduce borrowing, and support the national budget. Selling part of its Safaricom stake is a quick way to raise billions of shillings without increasing tax. So this has been the biggest cause for this move, because they really want capital to build roads, to build infrastructure, and they want it when they want something that they can actually get it right now, and raising taxes is not the best option. The second reason why they're making this move is reducing government involvement in corporate entities. So in across the world, most governments have actually been shifting from this socialistic way of doing things and running things in their countries to move to a more capitalistic way, which is reducing their involvement in private entities or in business in general. They let the private entities run themselves and just organize themselves. The government's work is just to give policy and to kind of be the watchdog of what is happening, but not a player, if you get what I'm saying. The idea is let businesses run more commercially, allow professional management, reduce political influence. So this move is also kind of political, not really political, but foreign partnership. So the reason they're also doing this is to strengthen the partnerships with other players, in the region and in the world in general. By allowing Vodacom to increase its stake, Safaricom may benefit from better global expertise, technology sharing, stronger regional positioning. If you know how technology sharing works, is that companies these multinational companies and these very huge entities, they don't share their technology with government-owned enterprises. They prefer to share it with a private entity because they know they can be sure of the privacy. They can be sure that is being kept safe and it's not just being shared anyhowly. But with the SOE, which is a state-owned enterprise, it's hard because they don't trust the government and they know it will be shared and it will be used in the wrong way. Kind of, they see they'll be stealing their technology. So that's the basic reasons behind it. Just like the China and US tension, which is partly caused because Chinese enterprises are being accused of stealing US technology, which is owned by the firms in the US. So that is basically the whole point behind technology sharing. So that does this move affect daily Safaricom customers? Now, if you're watching this and thinking, will my data prices change? Will Safaricom services be affected? The short answer is a direct no. Your data bundles, calls, M-Pesa, and network coverage remain the same. Safaricom is still regulated by the Kenyan authorities, and day-to-day operations don't change. Just because shares are sold, it doesn't mean that Safaricom is being overhauled in general. For investors, this news is actually very important. Here is why. Government selling shares increases liquidity. It can affect the share price in the short term. Long-term impact depends on company performance. Just basic that going forward or in the future, the share price of Safaricom will solely depend on how the company is being run and the management and the whole structure. So some investors may see this as a move that will make Safaricom weak, and I get their point, because a confidence boost from Vodacom might give them that Safaricom is actually really doing well. Others, the ones who might see it from a worry point of view or from a bad point of view, a negative point of view, is that there'll be reduced government backing. But remember, Safaricom's strength comes from its business fundamentals, not just who owns the shares. It has been doing quite well over the years, and that is projected to continue happening. That will be the trend it has been projected to go on. So is this move good or bad? The positives are the government raises funds, stronger private sector involvement, which is actually very impactful and very forward thinking, and also potential efficiency for growth. Safaricom will be able to grow more steadily and they'll be more efficient, because if you know, government bureaucracy kills growth and limits growth in many state-owned enterprises. The concerns are these: reduced government backing due to the reduced ownership from the government, foreign ownership increasing, so foreigners will be controlling much of what is going on in Safaricom, and long-term control questions. The long-term control of the Safaricom is not really a jeopardy, but is in question, because now we don't really know what these shareholders, the Vodacom group, will decide to do in the future, and how it will be able to grow and advance as time goes by. Like many economic decisions, it has both sides. It cuts both sides. Selling Safaricom is not selling Safaricom completely. It is divesting 15% of its shares. Vodacom Group is increasing its stake, and day-to-day Safaricom services remain unaffected. This is a big economic move, not just a phone promotion. It's actually going to really impact Safaricom as an entity in general, be it positively or negatively. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let me know in the comments, do you think the government should sell its Safaricom shares? Is this good or bad for Kenya? Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Peace.